This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. If you aren't expecting adult language, why even bother listening?
Welcome, my friends. This is the Should Never Ends. We may take a break, but we never end. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason
I'm
Ipico.
Truman, and this is episode 512. We are so back.
Red Bulls are back in action tomorrow night. We're back in action for the first time in 6 weeks ourselves. Literally, it was like June 12th or something like that was our last episode. That's how long it's been.
Well, it's been a big World Cup.
It has. And unfortunately, it might get bigger. But we're not going to talk about
Let's
that
save
just
that for 4
yet.
years from now.
Well, we'll talk about dumping ground because it may have implications. But before we talk about the Red Bulls, we do got to talk about U.S. men's team. Made the round of 16 and then just stopped completely.
Guys, unacceptable. Fucking acceptable.
Even George Russell hated it. He had a bad weekend.
It's fucking embarrassing!
I love the fact that we have Coach and a new unacceptable type clip, and we got to use them both within the first 5 minutes.
I mean, if we're just going to talk about the U.S., I mean, we can also talk about the World Cup in general, if you want to.
We can, but I figure we get the U.S. out of the way first.
I mean, what do you grade their overall result? I mean, I think the problem is that game against Belgium was absolutely fucking terrible. That's the worst part. It's again, I'm not mad that they lost, right? I would have liked to have seen them win. They played a very good Belgium team, which we know, but they fucking fell flat on their faces in that game. That was the worst part.
A Belgian team that's the only team to score a goal against Spain in this World Cup, for whatever that's worth.
And again, a good team. If that was like a 50-50 game, if the US played decently, but they were fucking horrible. They watched 4 defenders watching a ball just getting passed right into the box, and no one just boots the ball out of bounds. 2 guys marking a guy that you couldn't stop him on a header. And do we even talk about the third goal?
I mean, the goalie kicked the ground instead of clearing the ball.
Horrible.
And he was like, what, 10 yards out the box when he did it too?
I mean, right, in a terrible spot where it was just once you fucked up, there was no coming back from it. That's the part that kills you about losing that game. If they lost 2-1 or they fought their asses off, right, you'd be like, okay, it sucks, but they put in a good showing, but they did not. It was just controversy leading into the game. The fucking game was terrible. Didn't you have the feeling? I had the feeling once Canada went out and then Mexico went out and everyone's like, oh, there's only one host remaining. I'm like, well, the U.S. is going to fuck this up. Right? That's the odds.
Yeah, I just didn't think it was going to be like that, though.
No, that was a terrible way to fuck it up. It was at least Mexico put in a good fight.
Canada put a relatively good fight
in. The
in.
United States did not. They put up a good fight for 30 seconds after tying the game. That was it, right? I think it was like 30 seconds later.
Yeah, that's about it.
Fucking piss poor. And then they come out in the second half.
It's flat.
No, I actually thought they had a lot of good. I thought they had some good build-up in the second half, coming out, making some subs, had some energy, moving the ball around, and then they gave up that god-awful third goal, and that's when you knew it was over. That's when you knew there was no coming back from it. Jay, what did we talk about before the World Cup? That this was not going to be the team that if they went down, they were going to come back and win games. And if you look at the whole World Cup, plenty of teams did do that. Fucking ask Argentina, for crying out loud. Germany, I think, went down in games and came back. Like, other teams knew how to come back. England, this was not the team. This team is not built, is too young to take a punch in the face. They took 2 punches in the face, recovered from one of them, could not recover from the second one. And they paid for it.
What do you think would have happened if we had at least drew Turkey A? You think that would have changed things? Because I feel like that would, like, if you draw or win that game, it gives you the confidence to say we can come back from this against Belgium.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna tell everyone the true story about that game. I could not stay awake from it because I was in Aruba, and when you're on that island, and it's amazing, the sun sucks the life out of you. I was falling asleep by like 9:30 every night. Like, who the hell am I? It was weird. Like, the life was.
You were vacation,
Yeah,
Truman.
you were exhausted, and I saw them score. What did I get to? I think they went up when Turkey went up 2-1. I'm like, okay, I just got to go to bed. This game means nothing. I have to go to sleep because I'm not going to be able to. I was fighting. I tried so hard. So I didn't see the second half. I didn't see the rest of it. I mean, they lost 3-2. So it was 2-2 at one point. But right, I don't know what's the effort you put in a game that meant absolutely nothing. So I can't blame them for not, I don't know, going all out in that game. Because at that point you're like, hey, don't commit any bad fouls, and don't get hurt.
Which they did escape the game with that, but I feel like if they would have won that game, not saying they would have beat Belgium, but if they had won that game against Turkey A, that becomes a like mentality defining moment in the tournament for the U.S. team. And it's like, hey, we may not win, but we have the shots. I feel like in the Belgium game, even when it was 2-0 in the second half, right? There was a time where the crowd was like dead silent, and what woke it up was winning a penalty kick, right? So if that tells you something, that even the fans didn't feel like we were going to win, but if we win that Turkey A match, I wonder how much even the crowd, now, of all the crowds that really, it was only like 3 different cities they played in, but of the 3 cities, Seattle had the best crowds for the U.S. And they in the second half were like, you can't do this. Not unless you guys actually try.
I mean,
or let me phrase it. Show enough effort.
It would have been cool if they did win all 3 group stage games because again, they had never done it before. And then they won their round of 32 game. I mean, I would have been like, hey, that's pretty badass. Again, I'm just mad at the last game. I'm really not mad at anything else. We all knew this team was not winning the World Cup, right? They were going to lose to Spain, as everyone else did, if they did even advance into the next round. It's just you hate going out on a stinker game like that. That's it. That's what you can be mad about.
And most importantly, what was the takeaway from Qatar 4 years ago about being in that exact same spot in the round of 16 and not having the mentality to get through? Right? That was the whole thing. They're like, yeah, we were here 4 years ago. We are going to advance this time. And they didn't. And it's not even like they had lost on penalty kicks. You go, yeah, you lost on PKs, but you had the mentality to get through, right? Once you get the PKs, honestly, it's kind of a crapshoot. Look at Germany. But at least if you get the PKs, you get to extra time, right? The fight is there. We may not win this game, but the fight is there. When we lost to Belgium, what was it, 2016? I think. When Tim Howard became the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
Right? There was a genuine belief that we could pull that game out for that whole game. I'm not saying that everybody thought they were going to win, but there was a feeling that we could pull one out. We would steal it, which is fine. That's sometimes you have to do it in the World Cup, but that was not here.
No, God, no.
No.
Well, here's the thing about this team. In 4 years, that is going to be the prime career points of these players, right? I mean, not Tim Ream. Tim Ream, I do not think will be on this team anymore. But most of those guys, right, that'll be the make it or break it year, I feel, for this team. and getting past that round of 16.
I mean, it has to be. Honestly, I would have thought this was a make it or break a year, especially because this is a home tournament.
Yeah. I mean, right. What they had obviously going through them was all the momentum in the world with the fans on their side. Great stadiums, great reactions. The fans were great. Every game they were in, it was awesome. Like amazing atmosphere. But I don't know. Maybe too much pressure in that game against Belgium.
Maybe. All right, rest of the tournament. Gotta admit, I thought a 48-team tournament would not be fun. This was a very fun tournament. Cabo Verde almost taking down Argentina. If that had happened, that would have been like the greatest thing ever. England almost took down Argentina if they just didn't park the bus for 30 minutes.
They did the old score and quit move.
Yeah. And we know that never works. Not in a game like that against a team like that. If they were playing like the US and did it, yeah, it would have worked. But not against a team like Argentina. And I honestly, I didn't watch it. So I'm like, it's a third place game. But a fucking 6-4 result in the third place game. Like
that was definitely a please no one get hurt. That's what that was. For the love of God. No one get injured.
It's like, let's just go NBA All-Star style on this and just score as much as we want.
So let's not talk about the negatives because we talked about that. Well, the negative aspects leading up to the World Cup, which we knew, which the prices, which were crazy. Transportation was fucking crazy. Putting all that aside, great World Cup. I loved having all these smaller teams in it. I thought that was awesome, like you. Fantastic. I mean, the fans coming overseas now, as you know, I live just north of Boston, and Scotland was hilarious in Boston. I mean, they were probably the fans of the World Cup. They were absolutely just having an amazing time in the city. They were great. The Norway fans were great. The Japanese fans were having an incredible time in Mexico. Awesome atmosphere again for a week when I was in Aruba. You're right next to Curacao. It's right there. So got to see tons of fans wearing blue. Aruba is also a part of the Netherlands, so tons of people there wearing orange. And every night on every TV and every bar and every restaurant, the World Cup was on. It was always on.
It was, except for that last week and a half, really.
Right, but I mean,
which made sense because of what time was where it was
when
that
I
point.
was there, we were talking. It was the second going into the third game. So you had the end of the second games going into the third games in the group stage. So it was on all the time. Fans were crazy. Walking down the streets, I forget what night it was, but all the Colombia fans were like packed in the bars watching. And that game ends, and then it was like all the Argentina fans were showing up. It was the perfect time to be on a Caribbean island enjoying the sun. It was super fun seeing all the fans going nuts. And I think everyone who came had a great time. That's what it looked like to me. It was just really, really expensive. It was really expensive.
Yeah, I mean, tickets for the final were available tickets were $10K for upper level.
I think they started at like 7. I think that's what they were starting at was over $7,000. Fucking insanity. Yeah. But again, we knew the prices were insane. But aside from that, I think all the fans that came had a rate. I mean, Egypt had some issues here and there. We know Iran had issues. But that didn't stop Egypt from having a great time after winning some games, which was awesome. Yeah. You got to see all the stars scoring goals, right? Everyone that they marketed, Mbappe, Messi, Harry Kane, Holland, all these big names that they have. Those guys were the ones scoring a ton of those goals, which was awesome. So, I mean, the networks got their money's worth, and that's right. People wanted to see the big stars score, and that's what happened. So you got that too.
Didn't we have like 2 or 3 players eclipse our closest record for total goals scored in World Cups? I know Messi has the record, but didn't Mbappe also get past?
I think he did. Yeah.
I mean, Mbappe had like 9 this tournament, right? So that's just. I think closest record was 14.
Yeah. No, he was awesome. It was a. I mean, I loved. Again, we love about the World Cup. There's games on all the time, every time of the day. There's afternoon games, there's late night games, and like it was great just having something to watch all the time. It's you can't get enough of it.
Now we just need MLS to capitalize on this.
Right. Well, all they're going to capitalize on is again, as we know, talking about Messi. That's all they're going to do.
Yeah. Who's apparently going to be out for at least 2 games because, hey, it makes sense.
Yeah,
You
I
need
don't.
some rest.
Right. You have to. You can't just jump right back into league play.
No.
Um,
But yeah, if that's the extent of our post World Cup push in the league is Messi, then we're fucked.
but if you want to talk about the final for a second, the right team won. Spain was amazing the entire tournament. They gave up 1 goal the entire tournament. Did I pick them to win? I think I did. I can't remember. But they were the best team. This team is full of megastars that nobody knows, right? Because it wasn't Messi. It's not Mbappe. It's not all the big names. But they were what a just the wrecking ball that team was. That defense was unreal. Unreal. The goaltending didn't have to be great. Who needed a great goalie? He barely had to do anything.
Yeah. Spain's goalkeeper made 9 saves the whole tournament. Argentina has made 11 in the final match.
In the last game. Unreal. Unbelievable.
And Spain only let up 1 goal. So 10 shots. So if you want to look at it from that perspective, there was 10 shots on goal for Spain the whole tournament. Argentina let 13 shots on goal in one game.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So no, I think the right team won. And again, you could talk for hours about Argentina. I mean, after the game, they were terrible. But whatever. Congratulations to Spain. Great team. Great result. Great World Cup. And now the U.S. they have to get their shit together now.
Yep. All right. Segue to another team that needs to get their shit together now, the Red Bulls, because they're starting back up. The rest of the league, I think, started last weekend during last weekend. I'm guessing the reason the Red Bulls didn't was specifically because of the World Cup final being in, New Jersey. But Red Bulls will be back in action. We have 2 games to talk about because we're not going to be back before the weekend. First game on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. The Red Bulls will travel down to take on the Union in Philly. 2026 record for the Union is not good. 1-4-10, 7 points, a -12 goal difference, dead last in the Eastern Conference. This is our first match against them this year, but last year we lost 2-0 in Philly, but did get a 1-0 win at least at home. Truman, you are leading the prediction standings with 8 points to 2 because nobody could predict this team or the break. But what is your first prediction for the Red Bulls post-World Cup?
Well, I don't think we're going to know what we're doing after the World Cup break, so I don't think that's going to change. Boy, the Red Bulls can't win in Philly, and Philly is terrible. What do you do here? I don't know. Coming back from a very long break, tons of rust. Will Philly get their shit together? I mean, probably not, but do I have faith in New York Red Bulls coming out and winning? No. So you know where you're going here. You're going 1-1 draw. You're going the 1-1 draw. That is the only thing you could predict coming out of the break against a terrible team who gets to play at home.
I'm with you on the draw, but not the score. Because, again, we're coming out of the break. Our offense wasn't great to begin with. But then was it consistent to begin with. I'm going to go 0-0. Draw, because, again, bad team at home. Not so great team on the road. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Red Bulls are better than last year on the road.
Got a couple wins in there.
Yeah. We're better on the road than we were last year, but in almost 2 months since our last game, so who knows?
That is a lot of rust to shake off. A lot. Thankfully, the whole team's going to be well rested, so that's the good news.
We don't really have any injuries right now, do we?
I know I'm playing in the World Cup, so.
Well, like Harper, I think has been playing for Red Bulls too. I'm not sure. It'd be nice to have him back. I know he was. I think he played a Red Bulls 2 match like at the start of the World Cup, kind of thing. But I don't know. Maybe he'll be back. Lord knows we need bodies.
I mean, hey, does
good ones
Julian
at
Hall
that.
continue? His hot streak, right? That's the other question. Does he continue to be hot? I hope so. I mean, we want playoffs from this team after last year's abject fucking disaster. Playoffs.
Well, we'll see if they can take care of it against Philly, and their first game at home after the break is coming on Saturday, July 25th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. They will host Charlotte FC.
By the way,
Charlotte
beat the shit out of the Red Bulls.
In March. It was a 6-1 loss in March at Charlotte. So, but right now things are a little, at least from the standings point of view, things are a little different. Charlotte 6-3-6, 22 points, a -7 goal difference, 5th in the East. You want to take a guess at who's 4th?
New York Red Bulls. Well, look at that.
I'm sorry, 5th. Sorry, I mistyped it. Charlotte is 6th.
Well,
we're
we go.
5th.
We're still one spot ahead of them.
Oh, you know what the fuck? Okay, when I was writing these show notes up, I screwed up. So the -7 is us. The 22 points is us. Charlotte is a +1 goal difference, but 21 points.
Well, I mean,
Our goal difference sucks. Which, hey, we gave up 6-1 loss.
correct.
That makes sense.
That is correct, and that's we got our asses kicked a few times earlier this season. So so you just hope lessons learned, right? I'm just trying to look at some of the previous
Hopefully.
ass beatings we've gotten. 6-1. That's probably the worst. 3-0 to Montreal. 4-1 to Montreal.
Twice.
Yeah.
Well, 2-3-0 losses. Or 3 goal losses.
So a couple really bad ones in there. That game they never should have freaking given up the draw to DC. They're home. Obviously, it's so hard when it's like a month and a half ago, right? So you can't see their form is great right now because their form was fucking forever ago. I'll give him it. I think a strong home win to start. I hope people are pumped to watch soccer after the World Cup. Listen, I know the big stars are going to be there, but this is a great time to come out. Like you said, go to the games. 2-1 win. I think they could slug this one out and get a win at home.
I mean, I feel like they have to get a win at home after this.
Yeah,
week.
I think coming out of a week with a win and a draw would be fantastic and a great way to start the second half.
Yeah. Only because it's the World Cup, and it's the only reason I bring it up. I know I've mentioned it multiple times about my first match, but that was right before the World Cup break in 2010.
Okay.
They need to pull out something like that, where it's just some crazy last-minute goal to get everybody excited. That's how I stuck, honestly, was because of that last-minute goal. But they need to capitalize on this.
Yeah, hopefully people that got into it. So the problem is everything I see online is everyone posting, "Oh, this was great. What Premier League team should I watch?"
Yeah, there was a
Right.
Facebook video popped up in my feed about that.
And I'm like, "No. There's teams here.
You can literally go
Correct.
to games,
This is the place
and
to
they're
go.
cheaper, much cheaper.
Yeah, go see the game. It's still a very good game. Yes, I know there's not megastars, but there's a few in the league, and you have, again, someone like Julian Hall, like young stars. Come on out, represent, watch. You're going to come to some. It's going to be better than watching games in the NFL stadiums. Unless you're a fan of the refs, and then you're just going to watch it in an NFL stadium.
At least you're familiar with the stadium.
Correct. Yeah, you're not a get there.
So my prediction is, I'm also going to say it's a close game, but I think just for the dramatic moment, I'm going to say it's a late winner or a 3-2 win.
Because you're saying Juan Pablo Angel is coming out of the stands?
Yes. And JR somehow going to be on the loudspeaker.
No,
By God, it's JPA.
Come on out of the crowd.
Maybe the Undertaker theme song plays just
The
because
whole arena goes dark.
it gives JPA time to make it to the
Take
pick
freaking
spot.
20 minutes to get onto the field. His music plays.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Red Bulls 2. A lot of stuff has happened since our last episode. Starting with a 2-1 loss at New England 2. 2 straight 5-0 wins at home. First against Toronto 2. Second against Philly 2. A PK loss at FC Cincy number 2. 3-0 loss at home to Chicago FC United, which I'm pretty sure is just Chicago Fire 2. And a 2-1 loss at CT United. That puts their record at 9-4-6, 32 points, a plus 11 goal difference, 8th in the Eastern Conference. Next match is against Crown Legacy at home, which is Charlotte 2's team. Friday, July 24th, 7 p.m. Gotham FC's also been busy. 2-0 win versus the KC Current in the NWSL Challenge Cup final, so they won that cup. 2-0 loss at the San Diego Wave. 3-1 win at Utah Royals. 1-0 win at home to Washington, and a 3-2 win at home to Seattle Reign. Record is 9-3-3, 30 points, plus 9 goal difference, second in the league right now. Next match is this Friday, July 24th, 10 p.m. They will be in Portland to take on the Thorns. The big news for them is that after the 2027 season, they will be moving out of Sports Illustrated Stadium over to Queens and Etihad Park, and I think at that point they will be officially dead to us.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna root for Gotham FC. Like, I can't go to the games Red Bull Arena anyway. I still want to root for them. I hate where they're moving to. I hate it. I hate that they're going to play in fucking NYCFC Stadium. I can't stand it. I know a lot of fans are pissed. A lot of fans will not be moving, but then they just put 40,000 butts in Citi Field to watch a game. So maybe they're on to something.
Yeah, but that's a one-off. What happens when they actually play that consistently?
Right. I want them to be successful. I want them to have packed houses. I'm not. It's who they now have, who they're going to be with. After all these years of playing in New Jersey, all these years, and then fighting to get them to, we wanted them at Red Bull Arena, Sports Illustrated Stadium, whatever, and now they're there, and they're just going to fucking up and move.
And they're still owned, at least in part, by former New Jersey Governor Bill Murphy. Oh, and I understand he's looking out for his own interest here in this case, but we think a guy who used to be governor of the state would think, hey, maybe this team should stay in the state.
Right. Yeah, it sucks. But again, I wouldn't be seeing them anyway, so just can't get down there.
Maybe Red Bull should officially buy into a team.
Right. Yeah, maybe they should make a women's team.
Just because. Might as well, right? You the dates up, it's your own team. And you could spend money on NWSL. As far as I know, there is a salary cap, but it's not like any way, shape, or form MLS's. So,
and I mean, they do have one of the best youth academies in the country, so
they could probably build one of the best women's academies too. All right, with that, it is time for the F1 update.
What the fuck was he doing? Honestly, is he a fucking prick or what?
I figure I had to use Russell again.
I love that clip. It's so funny. Hey, Max Verstappen got third this weekend. That was a good result.
Yeah,
he would have had a great result the previous week if his car didn't completely shit the bed and just go forward and crash into the stones.
And he would have been second if not for safety car.
So I feel better about the car. Obviously, he is a fantastic driver. He's still, I think, the best driver on the track. Kimi Antonelli's car is just unbelievable. Mercedes has that car is just so sick right now. There's definitely no stopping them from winning the championship. I'm happy that Ferrari's back in it and very competitive. I think that's great for Formula One. And Max is driving his ass off. I know he's fucking pissed over the previous week of that car just shitting the bed. But he put in a really good result this weekend, and I'm hoping that stays. I'm hoping they stay competitive, and then maybe next season a couple tweaks here and there, and he becomes a championship contender again. Right? McLaren obviously was a one-hit wonder right now, right? But they have a lot of adjustments to do, just like Red Bull does.
Yeah, I feel like McLaren got hit by the new regs.
Right?
One time.
So, I mean, I think there's a lot of positive signs coming. I mean, Hazard had a great race starting at the bottom. He finished sixth this week, right?
I mean, that was great strategy by So safety car lap 1 that lasts for 3 or 4 laps. Perfect time to come in, swap tires twice, basically. Hey, fuck it, we'll just start basically again at the back, just outlast everybody because we know these tires will hold up, and it works.
Yep.
And when the race did restart, he was like, I think he was up in like 12th within like 3 or 4 laps. But he was passing majority of the back markers.
Yeah.
Quickly.
So again, I thought it was a positive, really positive weekend, I think, for the Red Bull team. So that is really good to see.
So maybe with how things are going, maybe not that I don't think Red Bull will challenge for constructor, but and I don't think Max realistically can. I mean, it's Max; he could probably do it, but realistically, he's not going to be a World Drivers' Championship contender. But having him in the mix just makes things more exciting because now you don't know who's going to win each race. Now, if somebody could just break Mercedes 10 plus pole position record,
they're something else right now. They are really something else.
I know. Oh, but only in qualifying. Once it's raced, though, they had that reliability issue too in the races.
Just that's George.
Well, even Kimmy's like had 1 or 2 DNFs because of the car. Right? It's the only reason Kimmy's not out to like a 60, 70 point lead at this moment. All right, is that it for F1? Okay, then it's time for the dumping ground.
I'm the trash man.
And now I wish I had some Ted Lasso's. I don't think I do. Actually, hold on. I think I have one, but it's not loaded. Give me a second. While I'm looking for this. So, Ted Lasso is coming back. Season 4, baby. Coming back August 5th.
About time.
Yeah.
So, and he was at the World Cup halftime show. There you go. Ted Lasso, Coach Beard.
Which we got to talk about that. That was kind of weird.
That was a wild. Listen,
the show.
That was a wild halftime show. That was wild.
I'm just wondering who's like. I'm assuming FIFA paid $0 for that. So who the fuck paid?
I don't know. I don't think they all worked for free.
Like, did Apple have a big? Because there was nobody. It wasn't like a halftime show brought to you by Apple like it is for the NFL. I'm sorry, for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Well, it could have been Fox. I mean, Fox could have forked all that money over. Who the hell knows?
I don't think Fox would have done that, especially when there's rumors that FIFA was trying to get them to pay more money for the tournament right before it started.
Who knows? But it was wild.
Yeah. Okay, I don't have the sound effect. I thought I had the shut up Henri sound effects, but I don't. Just means I need to get it now. But yeah, so Ted Lasso's coming back. From what I know, because it's been a while since I looked at the trailer or anything, it's he gets involved with the women's team that gets created, Richmond. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. I believe Jamie Tartt's not in this. I don't know who, like, aside from realistically the coaching staff, I don't know if any of the players are coming back.
Yeah, I haven't seen too many trailers, so not sure.
I wonder if there's a specific reason they've not been showing trailers. Like, they don't want to give stuff away.
But
so speaking of Ted Lasso, because I don't have it on here, but I just realized the actor who played Danny Rojas, Cristo Fernandez, made his professional soccer debut for El Paso Locomotive in the USL Championship. Now, it's only one game. There's one of our friends we were hanging out with this weekend mentioned, Ted Lasso came up and she mentioned that he was playing. I was like, yeah, I was looking at the schedule. Only possible way I could see him is if he played at Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So I don't know if he'll play next year. He's like, I would make that trip just to see him in person.
So would a lot of people, probably. Right?
And I said, honestly, I think that would be kind of a cool stadium to even go to because I don't know if you've seen pictures of the Riverhound Stadium, but it's built on one of the rivers in Pittsburgh, and I think the benches and the scoreboard act the river. And then it's the stands basically surround the other 3/4.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking spot.
And you get the skyline in the background, right? It's like across from the downtown or whatever. So you get that skyline as part of your backdrop for watching the game.
Come on, Dana Rojas, just show up.
I didn't realize he was in Spider-Man No Way Home, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm looking at his Wikipedia because I was trying to remember who he played for. And he played a bartender in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, that's right. He was in the end credits with Venom, with Eddie Brock. That was him.
Oh, okay. I completely forgot about the end credits. Okay.
Yep.
That's why. Not sure how long he'll last as a professional soccer player. I mean, he is 35, right? So even for professionals, he's towards the end of kind of acceptable range for age. Glad he's getting to live because that was what he was trying to do as a kid, right?
Yeah,
that was his thing.
Listen, football is life, man. He's trying to live up to it.
And he is. Okay. So the 64 team World Cup in 2030.
Good God, you might as well invite every country at this point.
Which is going to be across 6 different nations and 2 continents.
It's gonna be a little ridiculous.
So it's going to be hosted in Europe, Morocco, Portugal, and Spain, and then this thing about this Wikipedia. Okay, here we go. In South America, Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay are going to host at least some of the games in the group stage. All the knockout stuff will happen in Europe, as far as I know.
Correct.
But, okay, splitting up between those 3 nations in Europe with 48 team World Cup. Okay, I get it. But one, do we need to do the 3 South American nations? I get the nod to the 1930 World Cup that was there, but we need to do a second continent, and do we really need to go adding more teams when we just added teams in one tournament?
You don't.
I mean, at some point, we're going to let half the fucking world in on this tournament.
No, I thought this past one, when you expanded it, I think it was a good expansion. I don't know why you'd go add more teams. I really don't. Because then you're letting literally every team in. Is this just to get Italy back in? That's the only thing I could think of.
It'd be kind of funny if they lost this.
They still couldn't
make this one too. So there are 211 FIFA member nations. That means in a 64-team World Cup, 30.3% of the teams would make the World Cup.
I think it's a little crazy. There's no.
But right now, it's 22.7%.
No, there's no need. There was a perfect amount this year I thought was more than enough.
See, I thought we were perfect at 32. This one proved out that you could do 48.
Right, because you still had a few Cinderella teams in there without it getting completely out of control, without having like the Easter Island.
Actually, you had a few more.
Yeah, without having something ridiculous.
But with 60, it's just going to be like, at some point you're scraping the relative bottom of the barrel. I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just how it's going to go. At some point, you're going to let in a team that's, like, let's say, below the 100th ranked team in the world. and it's going to be like them versus the number 2 team in the world. And it's like, well, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I mean, that's not set in stone yet. They haven't announced that's actually going to happen, but I'm hoping they think back and go, okay, no, this is a bad idea.
Well, given who's in charge right now,
Right. Well, who knows in 4 years if he's still in charge? Who knows after this year?
I don't know. He already has countries such support for him. So, all right. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, then it's time for the last segment of the show. Women's terrible team of the week.
That's terrible.
I'm just going to give it to Argentina just for how they behaved after they lost the World Cup. There's no need to punch players, choke players, push people down. Poor piss-ass sportsmanship.
You know what's funny is if they didn't do that, worst sportsmanship would have been Jude Bellingham slapping one person.
Yeah.
Argentina came in saying,
we're going to go way above and beyond that. Way above and beyond it.
Yeah. Did anybody even get a red card for that?
I heard that there was a report there were red cards, and then there was no red cards. At this point, I don't know. So I read a million different things about it. But I don't think anyone's going to be punished. It's Argentina. They're not going to get punished for it.
According to Google, only one red card, and that was the one that happened during extra time, regulation.
The second yellow. So I give them terrible team because that's just not the way you act after a World Cup final. You just it sucks.
All right. Anything else before we wrap up?
I think that's it.
Hey, you can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month gets you exclusive content, whatever we decide to do it. I want to thank our producers, Jeremiah Dempster, Steven Santos, and Eddie Delecto. I do have to say, we do have new patron. Let me find that person, because I saw it like last time when we... There we go. And of course, I don't have the sound effect loaded because I'm not a good person at having that ready to go.
All right, save that the song. You have to do it for next week.
Okay. I just gotta remember to put it on the agenda for next week now. Did I not have the sound effect anymore? Oh, here we go. Okay, I just named it something different. See, it's been a while since we had to use it. Want to thank Claude Copeland for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for supporting the show. And if you want to support like him, $1 a month is all you need. All right. Email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. If you want to call us, get your voice on the show, you can do that by calling us at 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/RedBullRant. On Blue Sky at Red Bull Rant for the show, at Dr. Stooge myself, at the Truman, Instagram and Threads at Red Bull Rant, at Dr. Stooge, at Truman237, because I didn't write that one down, but I think that's right. Okay, there we go. Subscribe to us for iTunes, YouTube Music, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words before we get out of here.
Our Red Bulls are back. Don't let us down. Don't fuck it up. Get into the playoffs. Perform well. Don't get blown out. I mean, let's all forget about how weird and topsy-turvy the first half of this season was. Get the fans pumped up. Get them excited. Get them to want to going to the games. Coming off the World Cup. Now's the time to strike. The only way to do that is coming out hot and fucking winning.
Yes. Come out, score as many goals as you can, and win all the fucking games.
You want to get butts and seats? Perform.
Don't ask how, they ask how many. All right, so for Truman and myself, this was episode 512 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, go Red Bull.
See ya later.